You can totally be that person that can be exposed to other people who are very ill and never get sick at all. Here's how. The pathway to a strong immune system is that you have to keep several things intact. When I say several, don't mistake that for difficult, because these things are not difficult. They just have to be a part of your consciousness. You have to be health conscious in order to have health. So how do you create and sustain a strong immune system? First thing is you gotta make sure your vitamin D levels are adequate. There is no immune system in the absence of adequate vitamin D levels. And if you're trying to follow the FDA's recommendation for vitamin D dosage, you'll never make it there. You'll never get there, because 600 IUs daily is just not going to be enough for the vast majority of us who work inside and just don't get exposure to the sun. If you are like me and you work inside, you're going to need to, first of all, find out what your vitamin D levels are currently. If you are less than 50%, you have work to do. You want to get a vitamin D supplement that is at least 2,000 IUs. For myself and my family, we supplement with 5,000 IUs during the summer, and during the winter, we double that. Make sure anytime you're taking a high dosage of vitamin D, you always want to take it with K2 to help it push it into your bones where it belongs. The other thing that you got to make sure you're not deficient in is zinc. Zinc is critical to your immune system as well. This is not new to us. We heard this during the COVID-19 crisis. Most of us ignored it. I'm here to tell you, vitamin D and zinc are super important for your immune system to function properly. In fact, you want to make sure that you're not deficient in any of your vitamins and minerals. Go to your doctor, have them give you a full vitamin, full mineral panel. And once you discover that you're deficient, or even on the very low end of normal, you got some work to do. You want to make sure that you're supplementing. First of all, you want to make sure that you're eating the foods that provide magnesium, your B vitamins. You want to get the majority of your minerals and vitamins from food, and then you want to supplement from a reputable manufacturer. Ladies, vegans, iron deficiency is nothing to take lightly. I mean, so many women who laugh when they tell me how iron deficient they are. Well, guess what? Iron is what carries oxygen through your body. So it's no laughing matter. You need oxygen to live. Don't take it lightly. If you cannot eat red meat, or if you do not eat red meat, you gotta figure out a way to get some iron into your system, and fast. There are many natural ways to get iron into your system. The unfortunate thing is, if it's non-heme, if it's from a vegan source, there's so many ways and things that you can be doing in other areas of your life to block your body from absorbing it. So you got to be careful. You got to know what you're doing when you don't eat red meat, because again, your body really does require iron, and that's the main source of iron. Exercise. You guys don't want to talk about exercise. Those of us who love to exercise, we don't need this talk, but face it, it's not a thing for everybody. Some people hate exercise, but listen, get it out of your head that exercise means you gotta hit the gym and grind it out for an hour and a half. No, get outside, take a walk. 15-20 minutes a day, 3 times a week. That's your exercise. Move your body, because the science and the data are clear. There is an inverse relationship between your risk for being ill and exercise. The more exercise you do, the stronger your immune system is. There are herbs that you can consume on a regular basis, on a daily basis, that will juice your immune system and make it so that over time you build and can sustain a very healthy, strong immune response. Some of those herbs, echinacea, an ancient remedy. You can take echinacea every single day. It will strengthen your immune system. So will olive leaf. So will astragalus. In addition to that, consider starting a routine of drinking herbal teas. You guys have no idea how nutrient dense some of these herbs are. For instance, chickweed is so nutrient dense that it's comparable to spinach in terms of its nutrient profile. So if you're drinking a cup of chickweed or a cup of nettle tea, you're going to get calcium, you're going to get magnesium, you're going to get vitamin C, some of the B vitamins. If you just make a habit of drinking herbal teas every day, you're going to do a world of good for your vitamin and mineral panels, because not only are these herbs very nutritious, they're also very cleansing. They're going to help you with your bowel regularity, and some of these herbs are amazing detoxers. These are natural. What else can you do to ensure that you have a strong immune system? Well, you got to cut some things out. I know you guys are sick of hearing processed foods, but listen, this stuff is dangerous. It's toxic. Your body does not recognize it. Yes, it's edible, but it does not meet the definition of food. It does not nourish your liver, and it does not provide you with fiber. It's not food. It's just a substance that you can eat that fills your belly up. You want to replace processed foods with foods that have fiber. Fiber is the stuff of life. It's the stuff that your health requires. You can also X out of your life. Sugar is the most powerful, most addictive drug on the planet. And I know it's not easy to walk away from, but nobody says you have to. Just make it a point. Set an intention to decrease your intake over time, because not only is sugar going to cause system-wide inflammation in the body, it ruins your gut health. It creates glycation. It's aging you. It is directly suppressing your immune system. So we have to get off the sugar. Last but not least, I just want to give you a word of caution about over-the-counter medicines. Yes, they are convenient. Yes, they sometimes relieve symptoms very quickly. However, the question is it worth it? Is it worth it? What is in this stuff? And is there a better alternative in nature? And I am here to tell you that yes, there is. In fact, many of the medications that we are accustomed to reaching for have their roots in herbs. Don't go for the replica. Go for the original. Go for the one that's not going to give you some long-term adverse reaction. Stick to nature. If you can start with these easy tips, you will be one of those people who can stand strong amidst the scourge and walk away unscathed. And people will look at you and say, how do you do it? Why don't you ever get sick? And you can share with them you changed your lifestyle.